We're back, baby. We're back. It's great to be back. Football's back. It's a glorious time of the year. Welcome to the two-time, soon-to-be three-time award-winning podcast here. I'm your two-time award-winning host, soon-to-be three-time Robbie Wright. As you guys see, this is not the apartment that I used to film award-winning podcasts in. I now live with my beautiful fiance, who's very supportive of my degenerate lifestyle now, and we live together now. She's currently working, so I kind of had to plan doing this award-winning podcast around when she's around, so I don't get yelled at. But I probably would deserve it if I did. But it's good to be back here. Got Trevor and Jeff, who will be joining us here very soon. For those of you guys who haven't caught on yet and don't already know, Jeff Gooch, he is now a co-owner of Hollywood Squares. And little Jeff also did my award-winning NHL bracket, and he picked the Pens Preds and the Pens over the Preds, and he finished in the top 0.2% on NHL.com as well as won a nice chunk of change for my bracket. So he knows his shit, and this is a little bit of a investment here on Trevor's end, because I feel like Jeff is gonna lead Trevor to big things here. Very smart kid. But he lives in Boston now, and he's a fan of Brian Hickey like the rest of us. Moving the matchups here. I'll be honest, I really haven't looked at any of this shit yet. It's been a little bit of a blur here the last few days. We'll start with Casey versus Mike. I love Casey's team name. Larry 2's Legends. Larry, rest in peace. Poor little while for Larry here. So, rest in peace, big guy. 2 Cups, 1 Girly. Okay. Nice team name there, Mike. Won by a score of 110.7 to 71.6, and this was a very dull week of football here. Just looking at the scores and how low some of these were, except for Trevor and Jeff. There really wasn't a guy that went off other than that guy from Kansas City. And you look at some of these points here. I mean, Todd Gurley, he had 20.6. Jordy Nelson, kind of standard for Mike. Whereas Casey just really couldn't catch a break with any of his guys. I mean, the highest point getter was Michael Crabtree. He's pretty consistent. But congrats to Mike improving to 1-0. While Casey drops 0-1. A little bit of a roommate rivalry here. We won the next matchup here. We got, I don't think Palacey changed his name from last year, versus Ben Matta, who, you know what, Ben likes to play the whole I don't care about fantasy football thing, and you know what, he really doesn't care about fantasy football, and a little proof of this was my future brother-in-law thought he saw Alshon Jeffrey down in Philly and took a picture with him. Long story short, Charles was a random black guy, and it was not Alshon Jeffrey. And I sent it to Ben and Mike and I think Steve, maybe Casey. And Ben said, who is Alshon Jeffrey? Which shows that he really has not paid attention much to fantasy football because he's probably the biggest injury bust over the last few years. But nonetheless here, Ben got the first pick. And from what it looks like, Ezekiel Elliott's going to be available all year, which, clearly he likes woman beaters because I would never condone that on my team. But he won by 1 point against Palacey. That's a sick cop, I know. I scored 90.6 to 89.9, and another low-scoring matchup here. Patriots defense absolutely killed Palacey with that -4 performance. If they honestly just get -2, he wins -3. So, congrats to Ben on improving to 1-0. I think this is his first winning record since 2011, whenever he cheated and won. So, congrats to Ben while Palacey drops to 0-1. Next matchup here. Booze Hounds, Steve Derwonka, that's the appropriate team name for him, versus Team Bonesaw, the champ last year. And I'm a little confused by Bonesaw here, because it wasn't for his now ex-girlfriend, he would have never won. Why he decided to break up with her, or whatever happened with their relationship, this was the dumbest thing, because break up with her come December, because she literally drafted his team, I gave Bonesaw all this credit when really it was Bonesaw's ex-girlfriend doing all the work apparently. So and as you see, he's already 0-1 right now. So yeah, get her back. You need her. But congrats to Darwanko here, and a pretty solid performance here. Won by a score of 114.5 to 90. This stealing guy absolutely killed me in one of my other leagues, but that seems to have been the difference for Darwanko here, as it was pretty even up until that Monday night game. So congrats to Darwanko, he improves to 1-0, while Team Bonesaw drops to 0-1. I don't know if I did do my matchup yet. This is not a good performance for the Chaw Dogs here. Couldn't really catch a break here. Steelers, when your defense is your best player, it's not really a solid performance here. Hopefully some of these guys bounce back next week. My receivers combined for 8.4 points in a PPR league. That's pretty dismal. So we'll bounce back here. But congrats to Jared here. He improved to 1-0. I've only gotten one trade request from him, so it's a little bit of a light week. So I'm sure that'll pick up here very soon. Looking down, scrolling down here. I mean, LaShawn McCoy, 20.9, solid. Hopkins, I know, got in the end zone, 18.5. So congrats to Jared. He improves to 1-0, while the Chaw Dogs dropped 0-1. Not really concerned. Move on to the next matchup here, and I'll do a little bit of a disclaimer here because I am very confused by our old buddy Jordan Bailey here. So I thought Billy Welsh was the all-time dumbest player to ever be in this league whenever he drafted Peyton Manning and left Peyton Manning in with a broken neck like 5 years ago the entire season. But granted, Billy recognized that fantasy football wasn't for him, and he got the hell out of the league. So I'll give Billy credit there. But who the fuck drafts someone whenever it was clear as day Odell Beckham Jr. was hurt? This happens 3 weeks before the draft, and then puts them on the trade block 5 days later. That makes absolutely no sense, and I had to comment on that because I was very mind blown by it. And someone decided to disrespect the commissioner here and remove me from our little what is it? The WhatsApp app? I don't know what the fuck it is. Remove me from the chain. I did not appreciate that. You don't disrespect the commish. Why you're even still playing in this league, Jordan, I don't know. I think you have combined, 9 wins in 4 years. I mean, I don't know if you use this league for, your stand-up career to make fun of yourself on stage. I really don't know. I mean, if you put that $200 towards Rogaine for your hair loss, that might be a better use. But, you don't disrespect the commish like that. And just remember something, Jordan, because the next time you want to be in this league, you got to give me a little bit more respect here, because, I mean, you're literally taking up Jim Stanish's spot right now. I mean, I gave you a payment plan. Nice guys. You're poor as fuck. And you know how I feel about poor people, guys. I mean, poor people are the absolute worst. But just remember something, Jordan. I'm always going to be faster than you, stronger than you, and I'm going to have a lot more money than you. So I'm more superior, and always remember that. So don't disrespect the commish, because that's just not cool. But I mean, you guys can use that WhatsApp as just talking shit on me. That's fine. See how well that goes, keeping the commish out of the group here. So we'll analyze their matchup here. And shocker, Jordan lost for the 92nd consecutive time. 125.5 to 100.4, and he had Odell Beckham Jr. in. And I think I just saw today that he's gonna be out 6 to 8 weeks. So it's I love karma. It's glorious. So congrats to George here. I'm sure he's having a lot of sex with Billy's sister right now, so he's probably not gonna have time to watch his podcast. But solid performance here. Stafford 27.1. Fournette was a little bit of a ballsy play. Drafted him, but it paid off in week 1. Houston's defense was god awful though. They're going to play tonight. 21.4. Whereas Jordan, I mean, Golden Tate, that's a pretty standard Jordan player. 21.4. So, yeah, congrats to George on beating Jordan, but everyone beats Jordan, so not really a big deal. But move on to the last matchup here, and I'm going to get the top point getters here. And go figure, the person that wins money in week 1 is Trevor. And I split it two ways. They each received $12.50. I'm sure Trevor's trying to flip it and turn it into 25 to $50 right now with some kind of Ponzi scheme he has set up. So I'll get them on the line here, but literally, I think they had this game won after Thursday Night Football because Alex Smith and Hunt, I don't know who the fuck this Hunt guy is, but we all learned about him on Thursday night when he just tore up the Patriots and 45.6. I mean, Carmen had a solid performance too, but Stephon Diggs, 27.7. This was an absolute just thrashing of Carmen here. But and when Tom Brady gets you 10.7 points, it's kind of tough to really bounce back there. So congrats to the cousins, Trevor and Jeff here. I'm going to get them on the phone here. Try to set up a little three-way call. I've never done this before, so we'll see how this goes.
Hello?
And we now welcome on to the award-winning podcast here, Mr. Trevor Fetch. Trevor, how are you doing?
You're 20 minutes early.
Yeah, I like to
call it 7:15.
I like to keep you guys on your toes here. I want to see just how strong of a team you guys really have here. So I'm
Is Jeff on the line?
Not yet here. I'm going to get him on here in a second.
Okay.
And we now welcome on to the two-time award-winning podcast, the league rookie, Mr. Jeff Gooch. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm doing excellent here. Are you FaceTiming me right now?
I hit the wrong button. I dropped my phone.
All right, yeah, you're calling my work number, which kind of threw me off here. But Jeff, I'm gonna get Trevor on the. Okay, now this FaceTime here is kind of throwing things off here. You know what? Fuck it, Jeff. I'm FaceTiming you too. Jeff, where's your face at? Yes.
Wasn't ready for FaceTime. No.
Yes. Now you're definitely on the podcast here. I'm gonna get Trevor back on. Trevor, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent here. So, Jeff accidentally hit a wrong button here. Here, Jeff, you got to show your mug here.
I already did.
You got to stay on here. This is how you do it on the award-winning podcast here.
No, I'm holding my phone the whole time.
Absolutely here. I know people like Mike are really gonna be excited to see you here. So.
Yeah, I'm out. I switched to Bluetooth. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright.
This is gonna be just a clusterfuck here. So I'm just gonna try to talk to both you guys at the same time here. Trevor, we'll start with this question here. Whenever the opportunity came to add your cousin Jeff to your fantasy squad, what was your initial reaction?
I'm going to be honest, Ryder. I'm just here so we won't get fined.
I can't even hate on it. That was actually a gold answer here. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Yeah. What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Making sure you guys have something like up your sleeve here that like you're gonna keep like Marshawn lynching me here.
No, I respect media.
I appreciate that. Hey, Trevor.
Yeah.
Do you have any Ponzi schemes lined up?
Lined up, I'd say no. I'm already in the laundering process for Johnstown. Most of that money's clean already.
For now.
I wouldn't say that it's lined up. I don't think so. I need a good one.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to come up with one.
We had Sausage Fest at the beginning of September there. That money's already put away and cleaned. I mean, Thanksgiving's coming up. I could probably do something there.
Please don't.
This house party or Live the Bus Southside trip written all over it.
I'm sure I'll parlay something. So Jeff, when are you moving back to Pittsburgh?
Well, don't know yet. I'll be moving to Raleigh in what looks like December.
That sucks.
So I'll be moving to warmer confines, out of Patriot country, which will be nice. I'll get to go watch the wonderful Carolina Hurricanes, and I'll be surrounded by college basketball. So
Actually,
we'll see how I adapt to that.
That's not a bad gig here. So I touched on this a little bit earlier today, but you had basically a perfect NHL playoff bracket. What are your plans for next year here? Do you want to like offer like your picks for next year for like a small fee here, because you literally finished what, like in the top 99.9%?
You know, I don't want to give away my picks because that's the magic. You know, that's how you end up. My sports knowledge, you know, you win hockey brackets, you win bets on Bovada illegally. You end up getting top weeks here in fantasy with your budget. And I just don't want to give away that insight because I really appreciate you finding more people to take money from next year.
Absolutely, here, and I can do that for you because everyone loves being in an award-winning playoff bracket. So tell me, guys, like your draft strategy here. Do you guys like coordinate with one another here, or did you just one person just wore the pants?
So we did our draft. We were on speakerphone, and we both had computers up. We had some scouting reports lined up already that we were both kind of going off of. Obviously, things change as the draft goes on, but we had most of the work was done pre-draft. So once it came down to it, it was kind of an either-or decision here or there, but I thought it worked out pretty well.
And whose decision was it to take Hunt?
Yes.
I kind of put two and two together there, Jeff. That
was a that draft choice. What I remember was we almost did go with him there. We were leaning another way, and then last minute we decided to go with it. So
I mean, it's tough to get excited over a Kansas City Chiefs. So that was a. I mean,
yeah. You know what though? I'm a big Toledo guy. So once he said the name,
what's that even mean?
He wanted to go with it. It made me happy. So it's his choice, but I signed off as a Toledo guy.
I mean, okay.
Big Toledo football guy.
So is there any like what are expectations for the season for you two? You're going all the way this year?
I plan on winning it all and taking everybody's money. Yeah, fair and square.
Fair and square. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone cheated. So, but
I'm used to taking your money and you not realizing I'm keeping it. This time, everyone knows I'm keeping it.
Touche, Trevor. Touche.
So going back to your first question there. I thought adding Gooch would be a good opportunity for some ROI, since it's a hefty league fee. Also, the collaboration on the team aspect of fantasy football was very intriguing to me. And so far, I would say everybody should find a partner, because working together, talking things out. One person knows a little bit about this, the other person knows a little bit about that. I think it would vastly improve our league.
Whose idea was it for you to have Jeff on your side?
It was your idea, Robert.
I might be regretting that.
Yeah, because your money's going to get taken.
I have a lot of money, so I'm not really that concerned about it. But I know there's some people in this league that like struggle to afford the $200.
Hey, not all of our dads own car dealerships in Florida, Robert.
Is that Jeff over there?
Yeah, I'm chuckling.
No, but,
am I allowed?
Yeah.
Well, we'll say that our dopey friends in this league, if they have any friends left who aren't already in this league, should find a partner and buddy up.
Well, I really like Jordan was a little bit rude with me on the app we have here with the text conversation, so.
I was wondering why. I saw that you didn't respond whenever they asked when the podcast was going to be, so I just kind of jumped in there. I just didn't know why you didn't respond for yourself.
I mean, someone was a little disrespectful for the commish. So, like I touched on this earlier. Jordan literally is taking up Jim Stanish's spot right now. Why he is even back this year, I can't figure out. But you'll get to hear my little rant about it on about disrespecting the commish towards around I think the 10-minute mark of the award-winning podcast.
Maybe he could sell his team to Stanish for like $180.
He got Odell Beckham though. I mean,
$160.
I don't even think. I mean, that's not really a great investment here. I mean,
$140.
I think he should just give it to him. Like, I shouldn't even charge him and just like see what you can do.
Charitable donation. You could write that off on his taxes.
Ooh, that's a smart idea here. So Jordan, I know
go.
that you need money and you're always looking for ways to get money. Write it off on your taxes for charitable donation.
There you go.
But I'd like to thank both you guys for tuning into the award-winning podcast here.
Wait, is there no ask Mark anything?
I texted people. Literally, the questions sucked, and the questions that like I was told I kind of asked you guys already. Like Bonesaw, I swear asked the dumbest questions.
What is it?
It was like,
give it to us.
what's your favorite sex position? Like, who gives a fuck?
Old Bonesaw throwing it out there.
Yeah, so like I'm not asking that, and it was a bunch of them just going, I'll let you know later, and I actually might have got a response here. Oh, I got one from Casey.
Bonesaw's just doggy style for sure.
I got one from Casey here. I'm sure it is. I mean, he's just Bonesaw. Casey asks, what is the worst purchase you ever made to Trevor?
The worst purchase I ever made. Oh boy, are we talking like physical material item purchase, or are we talking about like I paid to go like rock climbing and it was fucking stupid?
Either.
Oh, I didn't. You know what? I put a lot of research into every stupid thing I buy, like little things, big things. Oh. What have I bought recently? Oh, well, this is incredibly minor. I bought a flashlight on Amazon, right? It had like 10,000 4.9-star reviews. So I get this thing, I'm all excited. So we don't have a light in our back, so I go to take the dog out. This thing it's just a little pisser. It's like having a little candlelight out there. So I'm sending that shit back. I'm getting my $14.95. I'm fucking running with it because that was bullshit.
I'm so pissed I asked you that question.
I just don't. I mean, I don't spend.
That was such a
man,
boring
I can never
answer.
have
You
back.
literally picked a fucking flashlight. I'm literally
No,
looking around at
no,
shit
no,
around my apartment
thing
here,
I
and it's
bought.
just stupid shit I bought.
Uh,
Like, I literally am drinking out of a $40 Stanley Cup mug, but I don't really regret that.
you do regret it or you don't regret it?
I don't regret it, but a lot of people would because they don't have a lot of money.
I just don't like to spend money.
We know.
That's all.
Oh, another question here. Oh, this is actually a good one here. No one's asking Jeff questions here. This is another one for Trevor. This is Bonesaw. What is your Mount Rushmore of worst things about being married? That's actually a good question.
That is a good one.
Mount Rushmore. See, I'm gonna be honest here. I haven't really thought about the downsides of being married too much. Because I felt like I've been married for the last like 5 years.
This is true.
Number one, top of the list. Everybody asked me where my wedding ring is.
Didn't I ask you that the other day?
You asked me that on Saturday. My boss has asked me that 3 times in the last 4 weeks since he found out I was married. I've been working there for 9 months. He just figured out that I was married.
So is it because you don't love Corbs or because you don't love Corbs?
So I pick my nails worse than anyone on the planet. Okay, I will literally pick them and make them bleed on a consistent basis. So whenever I was wearing my ring, it basically just drew attention to my hand. So I picked at it even worse. I picked at them so bad, I was bleeding all over the place, and I just took it off, and she kind of understood because she looked at my fingernails. And then I've worn it for other weddings. Again, picked my nails. It kind of just drives me nuts. And she said it looks weird on me, and I lost it, and now I don't know where it's at, so I don't wear it.
That question.
Everyone says,
that story really dragged out there.
Is that a Ben Bauman story?
That really was a Ben Mattis story.
Ben Bauman, Ben Mattis story.
That story literally could have taken 20 seconds. And now I don't even want you to finish this question here.
That's only the first head of the Mount Rushmore.
Like literally, number one Mount Rushmore took like 4 minutes for you to answer.
Number 2. I think the ring is just like, it's just like a Statue of Liberty of worst things about being married. Like there's not multiple, just that for me.
Like, I mean, I'll use, like, one of the worst things for me is, if you guys will see up on my wall right here, I am engaged to a Flyers fan. And I can't enjoy the Penguins being really good at hockey with her.
Ooh, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
See, the weird thing, that wouldn't be a married thing, though. That's just being with her thing.
Yeah,
right?
But, like, I mean...
'Cause that's not going to change when you get married.
No,
I'm under the impression that, like, talk about things that changed, right?
Sure, okay. I'll give you that one.
Number 2.
Oh, Christ, we're still on this question.
We just spent way too much on a wedding.
I mean, this is true.
Like, it was fun, and we were just talking with you and Micah this weekend about it. Way too expensive.
Yeah.
Weddings in general, way too expensive.
Yeah, they're very overrated, but they're a great time for sure. Number 3.
Number 3, using the word wife is weird. Saying my wife, my husband, is
that's
weird.
tough.
I'm pretty sure we never even changed it over until like 4 months ago.
I think Corbs is telling me about that.
Yeah, it's just weird.
And number
Go,
4.
Maya.
Number 4, please, for the love of God, finish this question. Number 4.
Hanging out with Matt Myers? I don't know.
All right, I'll give you that. Bonesaw, you suck. Okay. Jeff, worst. Okay, I'll do this with you with Boston. Worst parts about living in Boston. 4 things.
Rent.
That's anywhere.
Shitty Patriots fans.
All right.
People who actually care about baseball.
Okay.
You know how fucking weird it is to go to a baseball game and people cheer for like a strikeout in the second inning? It's fucking shocking.
All right, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
you ever sit in a red seat?
What?
You ever sit in a red seat?
Yeah.
At Fenway or the green seat? What's the seat in the outfield? It's like a different color.
No, you're full of shit. I have no idea.
I went on a tour there, like, back in March. There was, like, some random fucking seats, like, a different color. And that's me talking...
I don't know.
That's me talking Fenway Park.
Yeah, that's talking fun. Number 4, just being away from the boys in Pittsburgh, yeah.
What is it?
That's probably it. Being away from the boys in Pittsburgh.
Aw, see, Trevor, take notes. That literally took 40 fucking seconds.
I'm long-winded.
All
I
right.
was hanging out with Ben Matter this weekend. That was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's funny because like Ben, we were talking to Ben yesterday on the text. Maybe it was the other day. He had to get up at 2:30 in the fucking morning for work.
Hey, blue collar work, man.
Blue collar's right.
You wake up with your lunch pail before the sun comes up, and you better get your ass ready to go.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just the hard worker Ben is. I mean, that's why I put it.
I've been there before.
I can't say I have.
There's nothing worse than having to put on sunscreen at 6 in the morning to go fucking walk a road all day.
Man, I don't think I've ever put on sunscreen really once in my life. So,
I don't think I've woken up at 6 in the morning to go to work once in my life.
That's a struggle for sure. But all right, guys, this is taking way too long. I'm at the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to have to cut this off here. But thank you guys for tuning into the award-winning podcast here. I'll have this up here shortly here, and best of luck in week 2.
Yeah. All right, Ryder. We'll see you again soon.
See you guys.
Yep. Bye.
Yep.
All right, that was the longest fucking interview ever. But thanks to good buddies here, Trevor and Jeff. Good to hear from you guys. And that concludes the Week 1 podcast here. It had some highs, had some lows, but at the end of the day, football's back.